Hey, what's up, guys? Thanks for watching my video, clicking on it, I appreciate it. I wore my best shirt to make this video, so, appreciate, these things ain't cheap. Um, that's a joke, that's a joke. This is like $2. But that's okay, white t-shirt looks good, everybody likes that shit. Anyway, so I want to talk to you guys about, my seborrheic dermatitis and my progress and how things are going with me on that front. Um, So a few days ago, is when I started actually, going after treating my seborrheic dermatitis. Previously I'd used, different kinds of moisturizer things only made it worse. Nothing really worked or really made it any better. Eating healthier definitely cleared it up, but nothing really worked until recently I found online that raw honey works pretty well. In fact, I don't know if you guys can tell from this video right now, but I actually have some honey on my face right now. You guys caught me mid-treatment, but you know what? I don't have so much time, and you can't really tell. That's on my face, so screw it. Making this video with honey on my face. And I was just gonna say that this stuff has worked fantastic. If you look, like, a few days ago, I had, some redness around here, some markings here, and now, today's Wednesday. I don't know when you guys watch this, but this is 3 days into me spreading honey all over my face for 3 hours at a time and just washing it off. And my skin, I don't think, has ever looked better, even without being exposed, like even without like seborrheic dermatitis like outbreak. It just honey is awesome. Like, use honey on your skin. Like, raw honey is amazing. My skin is so smooth. It's like really like it's pretty much the same tone throughout, which it hasn't been like in general. Like, it just, my skin looks great right now. Um, um, Even though I think you can still detect some amount of redness and dry skin from seborrheic dermatitis around here in my cheeks, but even that's like really starting to go. It hasn't looked this good since this outbreak happened, and honestly, like, the rest of my face doesn't look this good, like, basically since I was, a little baby with a perfect fit. You know what I'm saying? So this stuff has really, really worked out for me. Um, so that's my progress so far. Hopefully this stuff keeps working and it won't come back with a vengeance. But for right now, I have no complaints. Raw honey is definitely the way to go. Um, One thing that I just want to talk about, we'll make this video about, is, at the end of the day, um, if you have seborrheic dermatitis or you think you might have seborrheic dermatitis, maybe don't go to your dermatologist at all. Maybe just skip going to your dermatologist, because, and I'll just tell you that when I was younger, when I was 13, maybe 14 years old, I discovered what I now know to be seborrheic dermatitis. I saw redness around my nose, on sides of my nose, and a little bit of redness and some like dry skin, like redness and dry skin around my mouth, and I didn't know what it was. And I did my research. I Googled it, I looked around, and there's different options, but one thing that came up was seborrheic dermatitis. And I looked at the photographs, and it just looked like what I had. And I was like, well, I'll bet you this is what I have, because that's what the pictures look like, and the symptoms are similar. So I go to the dermatologist at age 13, 14, whatever it was. I told him, and I think my outbreak had like lessened a little bit at this point, and I told him I thought I had seborrheic dermatitis, and he said, and I think I'm quoting as an exact quote, "You don't have seborrheic dermatitis." That's what he said to me. He goes, "You don't have seborrheic dermatitis." And I was like, okay, he's a doctor. He's a skin doctor. He should know. He gave me, I can't remember what he gave me. He may not give me anything at all. It was like, maybe this was like acne cream or something like that. It didn't work, didn't do anything for me. Nothing that he gave me did anything for me. I think if you've ever, I don't know if you guys have had the same experience. I don't think anything a dermatologist has given me has ever worked for me. Comment down below if you went to dermatologist and it worked out for you, because I've never had that experience. Not even one time. I mean, I've only gone to dermatologist twice, but still, I mean, 0 for 2. These guys are doctors. Um, Whatever. So he basically just shot down what my diagnosis was, and he said, I don't think this is it. He didn't tell me what I had, and maybe it's just had acne like every other teenager, and sent me on my merry way. Um, this year, I like, and throughout the years, I've had maybe like minor outbreaks, little redness in the winter time, but I was always like, oh yeah, this thing is coming back, but it never really was so bad. But this year things really were different. I think maybe I just live in like I live like in a basement now, and it's like much a drier environment than what I used to live in. As I think that may have been a process. It may have been a reason why my outbreak this year was worse. I just had a lot more stress this year. I started like getting involved in in my career, and yeah, work work took a toll on me from a stress standpoint. So that definitely I think led to like a much larger outbreak than I've ever had. And one thing that makes having the outbreak, um, one good thing about it is that it was so out there that all of the symptoms of seborrheic dermatitis were clearly present on my face. I had dandruff underneath, right here on my scalp. I had redness right here, on the cheeks, like forehead, by the eyebrows. I mean, basically, it was a textbook case. And they talked about like the color of the of the dry skin, and it has sort of like this yellowish one. I remember one time it was after I had applied some moisturizer that I had always used on my face. The seborrheic dermatitis ate that shit up, and it came with a vengeance. Like it just ate the moisturizer. It was like, this is mine. This is part of me now, and just became more redness and like dry, flaky skin on my face, and it was like yellow. Like it was very like a yellow, dry skin, and I was like, this is seborrheic dermatitis. Like this isn't psoriasis. This isn't this isn't some other ailment. This is seborrheic dermatitis. That dermatologist 10 years ago was wrong. Or yeah, he was just wrong. Um, and armed with that knowledge, I was able to do my research and find out how to treat it at home. How to not go to the dermatologist at all. How to just say, hey, you know what? Screw this. What the honey that I purchased, I squeezed 2 very small drops onto my skin and put that on my face for a day, like a day. Like I do it once a day. I could not go through the bottle of raw honey that I purchased at this pace in a year. I couldn't get rid of it in a year. If I used it every day the same way I'm using it now for a year, I I would not be able to finish the bottle in 1 year. I'd probably maybe take me 2 years at least. I mean, I could Google like I could do math and figure it out, but it's like a lifetime supply of this stuff, and the whole bottle costs $10. Saying hi to your dermatologist costs you 50. You know, like I found so anyway I discovered that that I could treat this at home. I found other videos talking about using raw honey, and I was like, hey, I'm gonna give this a shot, because everyone who's using it says, hey, this stuff works. They do say that it comes back. And you have to like continuously use the honey, so I haven't gotten there yet. But I'm hoping just to ride out the symptoms in the wintertime, and hopefully like in the summertime when my skin usually just is better, maybe I'll use honey every once in a while. I mean, it makes my skin look and feel amazing, so I'm not exactly anti it. I think I'm just like, I think I'm a honey boy now. Hashtag save the bees. So yeah, so honey is definitely the way to go for me. Um, and going to visit a dermatologist definitely was not the way to go for me. I don't know about you guys, your guys' experience with dermatologists. I've never been, I've never gotten a prescription antifungal medication. Um, I haven't done anything like that. And honestly, my skin hasn't looked better, hasn't really felt better. I mean, it's pretty amazing. And so, at the end of the day, I would just say, if you see this video before you go to the dermatologist, if you already went to the dermatologist and it hasn't worked out for you, try raw honey. Any raw honey will do, as far as I know. Do your research. Don't use like one that has additives. Just use regular honey. Yeah, that's it. Hope you guys have good luck with your treatment. Hope honey, if you guys use it, works as well as it did for me. Because honestly, I mean, if you look at my face, I'll just show you. It's looking pretty good. I mean, this isn't the best lighting, but I mean, really, like my skin looks. There's little bumps there, but I've never had great skin. I mean, for me, this is, you know, this is 10 out of 10, really. So, yeah, raw honey, guys. It's the way to go. And don't even bother visiting your dermatologist because that's my experience. Anyway, see ya.